Deerstalkers campaign to protect ex-soldiers, and we learn to stalk SAS-style.
Be cold and wet and sitting in the bush, and intelligence is patchy, and you have to make a quick decision, and if you don't, then you or your mates could get killed.
High stakes and high drama. Roy is competing against the best of the bunch at Vowley.
I'm going to rub you. I'm going to rub you. Come here, David. Let me rub you.
We are at the Lochstyle fly fishing championship on the Lake of Menteith, and David is on the Fieldsports Channel news stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. SAS veteran Nick Kitson is catching up with an old friend, Kit Philp, to go stalking. They first met in the army.
Yeah, we were in the army together in the 90s. In fact, I think the only thing really was we did a rather uninspiring course together. It was just 20-something-year-olds who wanted to be doing much more different things than sitting behind desks and making staff plans. But anyway, that's where we met, and we've sort of crossed paths in the intervening 25 years, 30 years, far too long.
We are here for a reason. Kit and Nick are keenly aware that while they are deep in the woods of Hampshire, over in Northern Ireland, an ex-soldier is in court facing murder charges over events that happened more than 50 years ago.
Yeah, well, we both served in Northern Ireland back in the day, as they say, and yeah, I think it's quite traumatic to see, you know, the current one is Bloody Sunday. I mean, that's 53 years ago, for all the rights and wrongs of that. And then there's been more recent events or more recent incidents from the 90s that are currently going through the courts, and it feels really uncomfortable to see those guys who were, you know, really at the bottom of the chain of command, that went all the way from them up through middle-ranking officers, senior officers, to politicians. I mean, it's, you know, these are split-second decisions made in, you know, very, very dangerous, scary circumstances, and you're probably cold and wet and sitting in the bush, and intelligence is patchy, and you have to make a quick decision, and if you don't, then you or your mates could get killed. And then for that all to be poured over sort of decades later in the sort of comfort of an inquest or a courtroom, there's just a mismatch. And I think there's been a recent move to change some of the legislation around Northern Ireland and the legacy. And I think people who are making those changes, you know, need to think that they're leaving the people that sort of risk their lives to protect the country and the civil population out to dry.
Kit and Nick are part of a group that enjoys a variety of field sports.
Yeah, great team of guys. Many of us have been in the army, not everybody. Yeah, it's sort of centred around fishing on the River Test, I suppose, was how it started off. We're very privileged to be able to do that. In amongst it all, we reminisce on our army days and think about times gone by, and enjoy getting out and amongst and putting some of the old gear on. I think we've got something from Australia here, and we've got some antique British Army stuff that's not used anymore. I've done a bit of stalking, but not very much at all. So this is a new recent experience for me to come out with Kit. On our WhatsApp group, we see lots of pictures of the stalking crowd, so I thought it'd be nice to join them.
Kit helps manage the deer on this estate in North Hampshire. There are good populations of roe, fallow and muntjac here, and bucks are in season.
We have a cull plan that basically sets out how many animals that we need to cull by sex and also by age. So we're out here working through the season, throughout the year, just making sure that those animals are managed properly and safely, and just to make sure that the balance of nature is kept in good order.
Nick's daughter is coming along too. That makes 3 plus cameraman James. Potentially a lot of disturbance. But moving silently through the woods is second nature to Kit and Nick. Kit spots with a Hike Micro Falcon thermal. He stops to check the wind with a puffer bottle of talcum powder. There's no talking. Kit communicates with hand signals. This one means freeze. He's spotted something. It's a fallow buck, but it's not hanging around. The light is failing. Kit makes a plan. We move down to the track to approach a clearing where deer may come out into the open as dusk falls. There's a small group of fallow in the wood, but with no way to approach them unseen, we move on. Just as time is running out, our luck turns. There in the clearing is a nice, colourable muntjac. Kit gets up on his sticks and lines up the 308 Zoa 90. He waits for it to present a shot. That's 2 down in a matter of seconds.
Oh, shot.
The petition to protect Northern Ireland veterans from prosecution is open until the 9th of November 2025. Link below. And if you feel strongly about justice for veterans, Kit and Nick urge you to write to your MP as well. Thank you, Kit and Nick. There is a link to the petition below, and if you have views on this, comments below, please. Next up, often unfairly treated, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. The GWCT Black Grouse project has seen the birds breed on the North York Moors for the first time in 200 years. In a bid to expand the range of one of the UK's rarest birds, the black grouse have successfully bred and fledged a total of 12 chicks. Before this summer, there was no reliable records of successful breeding since the 1840s. The black grouse range expansion project is funded by Natural England Species Recovery Programme and led by the GWCT. The National Gamekeepers Organisation has criticised the Northumbria Police and Crime Commissioner for linking domestic violence with gun ownership. The NGO lodged a formal challenge against comments made in a recent social media post by Susan Dungworth, put out during Rural Crime Action Week. Her post suggested that legally held firearms are often used by abusers in domestic abuse cases in rural areas to isolate victims. The arrival of migrating geese in Scotland means that wildfowling and goose shooting is now well underway. This film by Avon Abratan Sporting shows a successful Scottish greylag flight. Callum and Daniel are at a permission in East Lothian. A new YouTube airgun channel is doing really well. Ads Hunt started as a one-man's journey, learning how to shoot air rifles. It now puts out films every week. Denmark's 2025 August Game Fair has been encouraging young hunters. Called Kids in Nature, it included speakers from all over Europe. It came about after Denmark topped a survey of which countries enjoy hunting the most.
In Denmark, 91% of the Danish were positive into hunting. And if you compare with a lot of other countries in Europe, we were actually in the top.
There's a link to the full story below. And finally, an elk that has evaded capture in Austria for most of the summer has been darted. This wandering elk was spotted at dozens of locations across Central Europe this summer and has been captured by authorities in Austria and released close to the Czech border. Nicknamed Emil, wildlife officials tranquilised the animal after it strayed too close to a motorway. It's become a social media sensation with hundreds of photos and videos posted online and at least 3 Facebook groups devoted to it. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts. Fieldsports Channel members get more. Every week there's Fieldsports Extra, our exclusive show packed with behind-the-scenes clips, interviews and a free prize draw. Plus, membership gives you access to our Fieldsports Advice Bureau for help with shooting and firearms licensing, with our in-house lawyer on your side. And with our insurance, you're covered for £5 million public liability for shooting activities across the UK, as well as legal expenses cover. Join today so we can keep the pressure on and the volume up.
Here's what's in this week's Fieldsports Extra. An angler.
I'm thinking, what will I put him back on Thursday?
A falconer.
You've got a small one today, haven't you?
and a Dane.
And harvesting is not only going hunting, it's also fishing, taking spices from the forest.
You will see more of two of them later in this show too. This week's Fieldsports Extra prize draw is for a Larsen trap from Last Stop Traps.
I'm Claire from Last Stop Traps. This week's prize is one of our Larsen mates. These are ideal to use in smaller spaces and for when you don't want the hassle of looking after a call bed. They're just on a spring-loaded perch that sets it off. Good luck and back to Charlie.
Thanks, Claire. Link below. Find out how to enter the draw to win Fieldsports Extra, which you can watch by signing up as a member on our website, fieldsportschannel.tv. Talking of competitions, less than a week to go for September's fantastic prizes. Cool kit, classic clothing, bluefin, tuna fishing and booze, and all from as little as 99p a ticket. Visit fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk. Next, Roy is competing with his birds. Few field sports activities lend themselves to being a spectator event. However, technology and ingenuity has developed a sport, and it is a sport, to pit the skills of a falconer and their falcon against others. We've been filming Roy flying and crashing his row crow, the remote-controlled dummy crow, for years, and all those flying hours will be crucial this weekend. He's competing at Vowley in Wiltshire for cash prizes. It's the only falcon racing centre in the UK.
You going to win?
I doubt it. No, we've got... no, normally I've got a couple of superstars. We started a little bit late in our training this year, and some of the falcons are showing promise, but they're not quite where I want them to be. And some falcons flown yesterday that were spectacular. So, I'm confident. I'm confident the birds or our team are going to put up a reasonable performance. But I think today we might be outgunned. So what you're going to see today when we're in the hunt race arena is we're going to climb the falcons to 120 metres. As soon as they're at 120 metres, horn goes, and then we come down in the stoop, try and get as near to a vertical stoop as we can, and then start a dog fight. And so the dog fight is exactly what you would see replicated in front of everybody as if you were hunting wild quarry. You could spend weeks out hawking on the hills in Northumberland to see some of the flights you're going to see today.
Some of you may remember us covering a British team visiting Saudi Arabia to put on an exhibition event in the desert. The Gulf states are all about flat racing their birds. The Brits want to spread the word about a discipline that tests these birds in the way they behave in the wild.
Someone who has no idea of falconry is able to be invested in the flight. They can see the pilot is losing ground or the bird is gaining on them, so they're invested in the race. So for people to appreciate it fully, they need to see it in person, firsthand. Of course, we can put it on video, you can get a gauge of how it works, but the idea is to expand the hunt race to more people internationally, and the best way to do that is to invite them out to see how it's done, see what they are capable of doing, and give them an opportunity to try it themselves. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be an expansion in this style of racing.
The competition is fierce, and the skills of the pilots and their falcons keep the crowds entertained. There are individual and teams taking part. Roy's team has a number of birds entered. He started well, but he knows that success can be short-lived.
So we've got a reasonable time, but I don't think it's going to be the winning time. So we're currently sitting in there at the moment, but it's going to be to the last.
As with a lot of field sports, falconry is keen to attract youngsters. Vowley has an association with a club called Wide Eyes Falconry. One of its members, who has already won the junior flat race, is 16-year-old Zoe Langsford and her falcon Jemima.
I tried to get into horses when I was 5. My mum tried to get me into horses, and I didn't want to get into them. So when we moved house, I joined a random club, Wide Eyes, who are over there in the lovely pink jumpers. And I've been going there ever since I was 5. So 11 years now I've been going.
Oh wow, so it was just It was in you, it was just something that you just wanted to pursue?
100%. Literally 2 sessions in, I was already doing the knot, flying some of the birds. I loved it so much.
And the Wide Eyes group then, is that open to all age groups?
So it's from 5 to 18.
Oh, wow.
And then 18 onwards you can apply to be a volunteer, and that's what I'm going to do when I'm older.
Okay, fabulous. Do you enjoy the sort of competitive side of it?
100%. I am one of the most competitive people you'll ever meet. I get so nervous before competitions. But I absolutely love it. I just want to do it straight again after I've done it. I love it so much.
Also in the prizes is 14-year-old Presley Maxted. Falconry is in his blood.
So my granddad was a falconer for a very long time. He flew birds for about 50 years and he still is now. I came out the womb and a glove was put on my hand. I have literally been going out ever since I could walk, and now I'm here at the Valley Falcon races.
Okay, did you compete yesterday?
Yes, I did the junior flat race and got a second.
Well done. Are you flying a row crow as well?
I am.
Do you reckon you're better at it than the old guys like Roy because of your Xbox expertise?
Well, probably not, is the truth, because you've got to factor in other elements like the wind, all that sort of thing. However, if I'm talking about just going like this, maybe.
Hunt racing is the brainchild of Dr. Nick Fox. It all stems from his passion for crow hunting, not just any crow hunting.
It's the only mounted division of crow hawking I know of in the world, and a very high standard of hawking. I would say probably the highest standard of crow hawking in the country. And quite brutal up there, harsh conditions. You have to have good horses, you have to have very good hawks. The northern crows are wily, they're tough, they deal with a lot of hard weather, a lot of hard predation, and they are very tough. So everything has to be top notch, and that's, it's an exciting day out, it's a great sport. And really we're also helping out farmers because the crows are, decimating the sheep, lambs and all of that, so it's nice to get rid of a couple of them. There's a bit too many up there.
Okay, and how many birds will you take out with you?
We take a team of about 7 or 8 depending, and if we have a good day we can slip all of them, a good day we'll catch with all of them, but some of the best flights I've ever seen have been the ones where the crow gets away.
Hunting live quarry is never far from these guys' minds. As we know from filming Roy with goshawks to golden eagles, what you put in is what you get out. And hunt racing means he can be more selective with his breeding for both competition and in the field.
For me, I love to see a falcon being able to climb fast, because when our falcons are going over to the Gulf markets, that's one of the things they want to see. If they're flying the small hoobara, you want a fast climbing falcon that's got the stamina that can go up, and you want a little bit of intelligence as well. So again, it's all different aspects that we can see with the training that we're doing here, and we can then select what, those aspects from the falcons that we want to keep back.
There are plenty of falconers in the crowd supporting the event, including game chef Jose Suto and his wife Charlotte.
You're not actually competing here, no?
No, we're not competing at all. This is incredible experience to come and see. Having flown birds for many years, this is completely different, and the adrenaline's amazing.
Incredible. You've been here, David, now I've seen it. It's brilliant and really captivating.
There are also international competitors and visitors from as far away as Bahrain, where flat racing is the sport.
So yes, you compete all over the world?
Yeah, I compete in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, now in UK.
Do you think this type of hunting will work in Bahrain?
I think maybe. I take this video, all this competition, and I sent to Bahrain, because I want to make it like this competition in my country.
What have your friends said? What have your friends said about your video?
It's very fun, and I have a big challenge for this.
With the afternoon of acrobatics and strong competition, it looks like Roy's team has swept the board. He hasn't won in a few years, so David thinks he's brought in good luck.
Roy?
Yes, darling?
You win?
I think I might have done. Don't know. Should we look at the leaderboard? Oh my God! that was butt clenching at the end of it. So it was yeah. Oh, I can relax now. We can just go. Oh. No?
That's extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Thank you. Did you not have faith in me? Sorry?
Am I your lucky talisman?
You are. I'm going to take you everywhere. I'm just going to rub you. I'm going to rub you. Come here, David. Let me rub you. Come here.
If you want to learn about falcon racing in all its forms, go to vowley.com. And if you're a young enthusiast who wants to learn more about falconry, you need to speak to Luke and Angela at wideeyesfalconry.co.uk. You could be competing at Vowley in 2026.
Congratulations, Roy and team. And Roy has asked me also to mention the South East Falconry Group and the British Falconers Club as contacts for anyone interested in getting into falconry. Now a word from Pulsar. Don't forget, Fieldsports Live is on Thursday the 25th of September 2025 at Penrith Auction Mart in Cumbria. Doors open at 7 for a 7:30 p.m. start. Organised by one of our members, Mark Proudlock and the West Cumbria Deer Management Group. It's £5 admission at the door. Next up, Andy Ford has a look at the richest prize in British fly fishing.
So, when is a Scottish loch not a loch? The answer is when it's a lake. Like this one, the Lake of Menteith. While there are 31,000 lochs in Scotland, this is the only freshwater lake. The reason it's called that could be as simple as a bit of a misunderstanding of Gaelic by a Dutch cartographer when he rewrote the map in the 19th century. What could possibly go wrong? It's certainly a place that's very Scottish though, and steeped in history. It's home to an ancient priory that inspired Robert the Bruce, and an island where Mary, Queen of Scots, hid from English persecution as a 4-year-old. Its fishing pedigree is just as impressive, and the reason all these anglers are gathering here. There are 17 teams taking part in the Greys Lochstyle Team Championship. It's a contest for the biggest cash prize in competition fly fishing in the UK.
I think the fishing's going to be pretty good. Believe it or not, we've not had rain here for about 6-7 weeks, and the fishing was quite poor as a result. Water temperature's come down the last couple of days. Fishing's got really good, and I think the catches will be pretty good today.
I would say that the rain's freshened things up, and they're more aggressive than they were before. So I would say that it'll be good catches today.
Top anglers, one of the best competitions, all the top rods here today. So yeah, it'll be a good competition. It's fishing really well, so I'm looking forward to it.
Fished this competition last year. Oh my God. It blew me away, honestly. I couldn't stop talking about Menteith last year. The quality of the fish were off the scale.
We've seen some of these anglers before, of course, at Rutland Water fishing Lochstyle. Technically, while this may be a lake, they're still fishing Lochstyle. Confused? Hopefully not. It's just trout fishing with unweighted flies from a free drifting boat. It's the oldest and most traditional form of competition angling. This is primarily a catch and release competition, with the first fish killed and weighed, then the next 14, if you're good enough to catch them of course, released back into the water. That makes for a maximum overall bag of 15 fish each day to decide the winners. There are competitors from England, Ireland and Wales, but perhaps it's no surprise that on day 1 of 2, it's the Scottish teams who dominate on their home water.
So one of the bonuses of having this man here multitasking today, because Howard's doing the fly checks, we think we've discovered one of the reasons why some of the anglers are struggling and some are doing well. So just talk us through it, Maestro.
Well, I mean, it's fairly standard practice in a lot of cases when you're comp fishing, but one of the things is fly size, not necessarily fly pattern. So obviously checked a lot of flies today. We know how some people are doing versus some other anglers. One of the things I have noticed is that a lot of guys who are fishing what is normally a competition standard size fly, probably a 10, seem to be catching less. And those who are fishing that kind of thing, one out of my box that I use a lot, much smaller, lighter dressed fly seem to be catching better. The smaller one cuts under quicker, and it's just a much smaller mouthful. The thing is, you've got to keep in mind, these fish will see multiple flies through the course of the day. The more of those big things they see and they eat and they get pricked by or lost by, the less inclined they are to eat them aggressively.
Of course, it's not Scotland without a bit of weather to liven things up.
Well, it's been a grey old afternoon here at the Lake of Menteith. Rain falling since about 2:30, 3 o'clock. The anglers have soldiered on. It's now 6 o'clock, the match is over. Now it's time for the weigh-in. Tyler Hay, the reigning Scottish national champion, leads the way as his team of young anglers are in front overnight. They're ahead of the Tartan Tyres, who have 3 15s and a 14. There's only one fish between first and second place. The rod average per angler on day one is an impressive 8.9 fish each.
There's definitely some standout things that are working out there, and hope to repeat it tomorrow and just work hard. He's doing good plan tonight and get after it again tomorrow.
Given the lack of time, we haven't actually done much practicing as a team, so one of our guys was out yesterday. We never really had much of a game plan, but luck's been on our side today. We've all fished various areas across the lake as well. We haven't all been in one area, so we're pretty ecstatic.
Day two, and while the rain's disappeared, the wind has increased. It tests the ability of the anglers to control their drifts in these traditional style competition boats.
Yeah, the wind's picked up and it's shifted direction a little bit, especially since we got here. Those boats that were drifting nicely out along that shallow edge, getting pushed out into the body of the lake a little bit, so they're still in pretty shallow at the minute, but yeah, it might just change the way which the boats line up in this corner.
The Tartan Tyres are making a charge in the afternoon, although it's clear that fishing has slowed down. Scott Aitken leads the way for them. Whatever edge the young anglers from Kilkenny had on the first day, it's all but disappeared on day two. Tyler Hay's the exception, as he lands his limit of 15 fish again. He's one of only 2 anglers with a maximum on the second day.
So we just had a really interesting little interchange, one of your fly checks, which has given us a hell of a lot of information these last 2 days, which I really like. But Kilkenny are struggling, and the only one who isn't is Tyler Hay. He's had his bag again, 15 fish, but he's now crazily running around after his teammates to give them the tactics. They've had 2 4s and a 3. I mean, the whole match is turning on its head in this last couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, the day's changed completely. Today's completely different to yesterday. We've got much stronger winds, the fishing's changed. He's a good enough angler and fished here enough to know where he can get his fish from. He's gone and got them, and now he's doing the best thing he can do. He's trying to get around and communicate to his team.
So, over my shoulder, boat number 31, Scott Aitken on the engine for the Tartan Tyres. Has he led his team to victory in this incredible championship? 15 fish for Scott. We know Tyler Hay has had 15 fish. The big question is, how have the rest of their 2 teams got on? We've got 25 minutes left. There is still time for more fish to be caught. This really is going right down to the wire. It's close again as Lake of Menteith delivers an exceptional fishing competition. It's why, despite being a humble lake, this venue has been used for some of the largest loch-style competitions for generations. It's between Kilkenny fly fishers and the Tartan Tyres for victory.
But in first place, and the Greys 2025 Lochstyle Team Championship winners with 101 fish for £208 10 ounces, winning £3,000 is the Tartan Tyres.
We're in shock, that's for sure. As I said yesterday, given the lack of practice, we never thought we would do as well as we've done over the 2 days. Yeah, it's an absolute privilege to win it on our home water, to a shadow of a doubt, up against the calibre of the teams that have been fishing it over the 2 days. Great, it'll be a memory that'll stay with us, definitely.
Brilliant. Thanks all who took part in that. And that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box. And we'll contact you about this show, Field Sports Britain. It's at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday. And this has been Field Sports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing. and goodbye.